Welcome back to EMT Mood. Today I'm here with
MP and AJ.
Today we're reacting to Two True Horror Stories animated.
The twins are here.
Without further ado, damn it, man! You just threw my children like that.
Oh, do you want to actually see the children?
Yeah, bro. Give me.
They're twins though. They're twins. It's Patricia and Shrek. Patricia and Shrek.
Okay, that's such a black name.
And Shrek. No, Patricia's a white girl from that meme. You never watched that Vine?
I don't watch memes.
It was a Vine from back in the days when we were young.
I was never
Vine.
I was never into that shit.
It's because he's an immigrant. But I digress.
Shrek
was the main event. Yeah, two horror stories, true, animated.
Alright, bro.
We're on this.
Let's get straight into it.
Sorry for
Hi, I'm Shania, and I live in Kenya. I was around 12 years old when this event took place.
Why do I think we watched
I lived with my mom, and things were going really well until she got a job offer far away from where we lived. It was a 6-month contract, and it paid well, so she couldn't say no. The only problem? I couldn't go with her. The job required her to move around a lot, and I was too young to live alone. So a friend of hers helped her find a babysitter. Let's call the babysitter Lucy. She was a young girl, just out of high school, and now attending a nearby university. My mom let her move into our house with her things, and even stayed an extra night to make sure I was okay with Lucy. They made small talk, and I remember Lucy telling my mom,
"Some of my classmates are into witchcraft. I would never involve myself in stuff like that."
No, you can't tell me that shit.
Yeah, and then I leave my child with you for 6 months.
You can't tell me that shit, bro. Why would you even bring that up to me, bro?
See? Bro, that's what I'm saying. Why didn't she just go and stay with the friend? Like, what do you mean the friend helped her find a babysitter? Why didn't she just go stay with the friend?
The friend probably
or
has
someone
her own,
else.
Probably has her own shit going on.
Or someone else. But, like, this random ass babysitter you know nothing about.
I mean, the friend helped find her, so... you probably,
how do you know the friend's not into witchcraft himself? See? That's what I'm saying.
Okay, let's about to find out.
Pissed me off already.
My mom really liked her. She figured I'd be fine. The next day, as my mom was getting ready to leave, I handed her our Bible and said,
"Take this with you. It'll keep you safe."
She smiled and gave it back. "No, you keep it, so it can keep you safe." But just before she left, I secretly slipped it into her luggage. Looking back now, I feel like something bad was going to happen to one of us. And I think it happened to me, because I didn't keep the Bible. A couple of weeks went by. Things were okay, except for a few strange occurrences. Lucy slept in my room, and a few times I woke up in the middle of the night to the sound of her praying. But it didn't really sound like praying, more like chanting. She kept repeating things like,
"Deliver me from evil and the snares of the devil."
It was during one of these nights that everything took a dark turn. She woke me up, this time on purpose, and she invited me to pray with her. I looked at the clock, and it was around 11 p.m. I thought it was odd, but I said yes anyway. We knelt on the floor, and she led the prayer. At first, it was normal. Then, she reached for one of my hands mid-prayer, and then the other. Before I could react, her grip started to tighten, tighter and tighter. My hands began to ache. Her voice grew louder, and her tone, it became eerie. That's when I knew something was wrong, and I screamed. She stopped praying and just stared at me, and then suddenly, she lifted me up and threw me into her bed and pinned my arms down. She began slamming my head against the wooden bed frame over and over again, all while chanting her prayers louder and louder. All I could hear was my own screaming, her voice, and then the sound of our door being broken down. The neighbors had heard the commotion. They burst into the room and turned on the lights. And the moment the light...
How the fuck did the neighbor get inside my house?
Why is the neighbor not fucking watching her then?
I lie. If the neighbor's not cool, he could just come open my door and
walk into
my house. I mean, yo, it's Kenya, bro. I guess they can be that close. They're like, it's like a village, basically. So realistically, this is crazy. That's valid, but brother,
fucking crazy.
They could have just had a neighbor. Just stay with the neighbor then. Fuck it. Like, what do you mean? What?
The room, Lucy stopped. She became instantly calm, almost like nothing happened. A man pulled her off of me, while others led me out into the living room. I was in shock, traumatized. They called my mom, and she asked one of the neighbors to take me to their house for the night. As for Lucy, the neighbors were furious. They questioned her, yelling, demanding answers. That's when she screamed and ran outside. And then she did something truly terrifying. She dropped to the ground and began to slither like a snake across the grass. And then she got up and vanished into the night. The next morning, my grandpa came to pick me up, and I went to live with my grandparents for the rest of the 6 months. Lucy never came back. She begged my mom not to press charges, and she sent a friend to collect her things from our house. To this day, the whole thing still gives me chills. But one thing's for sure, it taught both me and my mom a serious lesson.
Yeah, bro, she's possessed. She's literally possessed, bro. There's no way around it, fam.
This girl said deliver her from evil. Yeah. That means she was experiencing some evil.
Some type of possession shit going on.
She was trying to get it out, but she couldn't. The devil won that one, for sure. And she took that and the devil won that one. Grabbed her and smashed her head against the board. Mom was like, it's good she was screaming loud. It was good she screamed loud because...
But it's shit like this.
But shit like that, like, she could have just stayed with the neighbors, or her grandfather could have came and got her this whole time.
That's the thing, though. You see, like, when you're a parent, bro, and everyone has their own shit going on, it's like, you don't wanna put your child on other people.
It's not about putting my child on other people.
It is, realistically.
It's about their safety.
Bro, listen, you have your grandparents, right? Boom, you have my neighbors. My neighbors have their own kids. My neighbors has their own shit going on. If I have money, I can either pay my neighbors or I can pay someone else to watch my kids. My grandparents are old. Certain times, like, your grandparents can't even, like, do certain shit anymore for them to watch kids. At that point, it's like, yo, you can't just rely on your neighbors. You can't rely on your grandparents. Someone has to get paid to do this shit, bro. And that's really how it is as parents sometimes. You're going to get to the point where, boom, your grandparents can't take care of your kids. Your neighbors can't take care of your kids. So what then? No one is going to be able to take care of your kids. It's your responsibility. So it's upon you to get it done.
My turn now. My grandparents helped raise me, so personally, I don't know what he's talking about. Because growing up, like, our neighbor actually would watch us every now and then. Mom would pay them, or they willingly wanted
6 months, but
willingly wanted to. And my whole life growing up, my grandparents literally would watch us every single summer, every single weekend. So for months, literally, for, like, June to September, my grandparents would watch us. And we would be there every weekend. And it was never a problem because my grandparents preferred us not being with strangers or random people and be with family. And we are family to them. They love us. They wanted to see their grandchildren, etc. Whatever they had troubles with, they obviously asked my aunts or my older cousins to help with. But it's family. It'll never be a burden. My mom felt like it was a burden, but the family would let you know over and over, hey, we love your family. We love your kids. They're our family. We can help. No strangers.
Well, as I said.
I'm just saying.
So let me imagine.
My mom offered to pay. She don't want to bother people, but they wanted.
Your grandparents are dead. Imagine, what then?
Okay, then that's a different story. But my grandparents are not dead here, and my grandparents aren't dead.
So what if your grandparents are old enough where they can barely take care of themselves? What then? Because you're lucky enough where your mom had you when your grandparents are still able to move and do certain things. I'm talking about they're not like that no more.
Well, there's always other family or friends that you can pay or offer pay to instead of having to go to a random stranger. Unless this random stranger has been watching kids of other friends and family that you know and they're a trusted person, then yeah. But her friend recommended her. No one knows the history about, oh, she's watched my kids for how long. She's like, no. And on top of it, she only had that one weird question, like that one weird conversation with the woman talking about witchcraft. So, no. Like, that's weird. Like, I would have been no. Yeah, like, so that's what I'm saying. Like,
why would she even
that
bring
kind
that
of
shit
stuff,
up to me?
no.
Like,
obviously.
Alright, let's get straight into this shit, man.
That was so weird.
Hi, my name is Chris, and I want to share my scary experience. I'm from Croatia, and I live in Zagreb. One evening, my friend, let's call him Steve, and I decided to go for a walk. When we met up, we couldn't really decide where to go, so Steve suggested we meet up with our friend group. When we got there, I said hi to everyone, but after about half an hour, I started feeling kind of lonely. I was new in the group, and I didn't have much to say, just laughing at jokes here and there. It was getting late, and I started feeling sleepy. I checked my phone and saw it was 10:45 p.m. I turned to my friend Steve and said, "Hey, we came out for a walk, right? Let's go walk." We said goodbye to the group and left. Both Steve and I have always been interested in paranormal stuff, so he said, "What if we go to the cemetery?" I hesitated, but then agreed. From my house, the nearest cemetery is about a 15 to 20 minute walk. The one we went to was huge. When we got there, we were surprised. No security in sight. Usually there are guards patrolling to make sure nothing gets stolen or vandalized. We were a little confused, but ignored it and walked in. Immediately, I felt chills all over my body. It was summer, so I didn't understand why I felt so cold. The cemetery was actually pretty well lit, so we could see everything clearly. There were 3 paths, straight ahead, which led deeper into the cemetery, right and left, which led back to different exits. Of course, we chose to go deeper. We were walking and just chatting about random stuff, mostly girls. Then, out of nowhere, Steve said, "Hey, I heard if you whistle in here, someone whistles back." That made me uncomfortable, but also kind of excited. I'd never seen or heard anything paranormal in my life. So I asked, "You think we should try it?"
Their faces.
He nodded. I whistled first. Nothing. Then Steve whistled. Still nothing. I laughed and said, "This is stupid." And we just kept walking. But about 5 minutes later, we heard it. A whistle. Faint, but definitely there, somewhere in the distance. We froze, looked at each other. Then, we decided to go check it out. We walked toward the direction it came from, going deeper and deeper into the cemetery. I don't know what we were expecting, but didn't find anything. And as soon as I was about to say something, we heard another whistle. But this one came from directly above us. About 3 meters away, there was a massive oak tree. We looked up and saw a huge, ominous shadow. It looked like a woman, not moving, just staring down at us. We both froze, staring up at whatever that was. My heart was racing, and then, suddenly, I felt dizzy. We whispered to each other in panic. Then we looked up again, and she was gone. We stood there, trying to make sense of what had just happened. And that's when we heard a meow. But it wasn't normal. It didn't even sound like a cat. It was more like a woman imitating a cat's meow. And that's when we ran. In pure panic, we sprinted in a random direction, not even knowing where we were going in the cemetery. I glanced behind me, and what I saw still haunts me. The woman was now lying on the concrete, not moving, still making that terrifying meowing sound. She was pale, skinny, and wearing a black dress. And her smile was huge, but unnatural. It was creepy as hell. I turned back around, kept my head down, and just kept running in one direction until I got out of the cemetery. And eventually, we made it out. I was in shock. I turned to Steve and said, "I'm going home. I feel sick." When I got home, I was still shaking, still nauseous, still scared. And to this day, I've never gone back to that cemetery, and I never will.
Good, bro. What the hell, nigga? I wouldn't even have stopped at the fucking cemetery. I would have kept running till I got straight home, bro. What do you mean?
I would have never, ever, ever. 1, I don't go to no cemeteries. Number 2, I don't like no cemeteries. Even broad daylight, when I'm near it, I hold my breath. Thank you very much.
Shit, it's shit like this when you're just like, when you have nothing better to do with yourself, bro, you just do stupid shit. That's when trouble really looks for you, bro. Really and truthfully. So, like,
Misery loves company, though.
yeah, like, you can't be doing shit like this, really, bro. When you go into a cemetery, you guys are having a conversation about
Idling
girls,
to Raz. Straight idling. Idiot thing that.
But yeah, this was some creepy shit, though. This is some creepy shit.
Yeah, like, if I go in a cemetery and, like, I'm effing around and I whistle and the next thing you know, there's this 3 foot... 3 feet is... 3... Well, not 3 foot.
3
well,
meters.
yeah, 3 meters. So 2 meters is, what?
Don't ask me. Anyways, 3 meters up in the air hearing this shit.
2 meters, like, over 170 centimeters, okay? That's over 170... Over my height. I'm, what, 5'7"? Over my height. Okay? They can't see me. He's 6'3". That's taller than him. That's like 2 of him, actually. 2 or 3 of him stacked. That's crazy. And I see a little whistling in the tree. Then when she disappears, there's a meow somewhere near my feet, near my behind. And I'm running, and it seemed like I can still see her smiling and meowing. That means I'm not running fast enough. I'm not running fast enough. Clearly.
But yeah, that story was mad, bro. But more of the story though, just make sure you know who's watching your child when you're not around, because that's when, bro, so when you're not around your kid, bro, that's when the most fucked up shit be going on, bro. You be coming back, your kid starts moving different, grow up different, shit be happening. Like, nah, blood. Just make sure they're safe, man. At the end of the day, when you're not around, it's really important. That's when the most like growth and bullshit be going down, bro. When you're not around,
you'd be surprised. Like, you can raise your kid their whole life, how many years, 1 or 2 days with them with the wrong person, and
traumatized, fam.
Bro, trust me, your child's different.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful. Protect your children's peace. They're not old enough to fully make decisions. They're not old enough to understand certain situations. Yeah.
For real. But that was the video, guys. Let us know what you guys think about it.
Crazy shite. No cap.
EMT.
Moods out.